In the studios with us today, we have my right-hand man. This is John Castore with Semper Home Loans. John is a pro in the business. He's got an extensive knowledge in all different mortgage programs. There's so many out there. If you've been on the fence about buying or getting pre-approved, you should really give John a shout. And if you want his contact info, you can check it out on the roundtableradio.com. Okay, but today we're talking about the Renewed Homes program. John, this is a huge deal. Everybody's very excited about this, and it's for is it only for first-time home buyers? What's the Renewed?
Thanks again for having me on.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Back. It is something that has to get out there. It's called the Renewed Homes program that launched February 11th, which is only about a week ago, and we're getting a tremendous amount of hits from legitimate first-time home buyers. Not that 3-year rule, then you're a first-time home buyer again.
Yeah.
This is for people out of college or have never purchased a home before. It is giving you $20,000 towards your down payment. You must use it all. It was launched by Rhode Island Housing, so it has to be Rhode Island Housing approved lender, which I am, of course.
Yep.
And it can be in conjunction with the closing cost assist, so literally no money out of pocket and $20,000 down.
Where does this
That's
money
forgivable.
come from?
It's forgivable. They're only giving this to about 135 buyers, whether it's a couple or a single person. And there are restrictions. Of course, there's always a catch. The biggest catch out there, which Emilio can help you with, is it must be a foreclosed home or in receivership, as well as transferred D in lieu, or an approved short sale by a lender, which are difficult to find, but they are out there. And it's only in certain areas, which there are a lot of them: Central Falls, Cranston, East Providence, Johnston, North Providence, Pawtucket, Providence, Warwick, West Warwick, and Woonsocket.
Okay.
And it has to be a 1 to 4 family. There are limits to your income. 1 or 2 buyers have to make at least or lower than $89,200, and if there's 3 buyers plus, $104,160. So that's usually not an issue there.
Now, what if after they're locked into this program, they start making more money? Is
It's not. No, it's not an issue afterwards.
Nice.
And also, this is forgivable after 5 years. The $20,000 grant that they're giving you will show up as like a second lien on your house, like a second mortgage.
Sure.
And after the first year, it's downgraded to $18,000. The second year, it's $16,000, and so on until the 5th year, where it automatically is forgiven if you sell your house or try to refinance.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an amazing program. It's about $2.7 million available out there, and it's going fast. So I wish I got this out there. There wasn't much warning to this launch, probably for this reason. Our phones have been off the hook for this.
There's not many places you can get this. I mean, the mortgage broker would have to be approved by Rhode Island Housing, and I know it's a select few that actually have that approval.
Yeah, there's a handful of lenders that are approved to lend for Rhode Island Housing, and you can go to Rhode Island Housing direct. So mainly you want to come to me so I can go through all the other programs that may be in conjunction with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would strongly suggest getting kind of a checkup through a broker like John, because he has access to several different programs, and you may or may not fall into this. And furthermore, John doesn't work on any set kind of hours, and I'm not saying to call him at midnight or 1 a.m., but you know what? If you really need John on a Saturday at 7 o'clock when you're prepared to put in an offer, that offer should be specific on your pre-approval to the price you want to pay for that property. So what I'm getting at is, let's say if it's a $200,000 house and you're putting in an offer for $195, it should say that you're pre-approved for only the $195. It's a huge negotiating strategy, and we like to kind of give you this info so that you're armed and ready to go. And you can't do that with certain types of companies because they're just not there at that time.
Correct. So. Yeah, and it's mostly on the weekends that you guys will call me, that Emilio's team, and within 5 minutes I send them a pre-qual specific to that property so they can email it to the sellers, and they're in, so they can put an offer in.
Yeah, absolutely. One time he texted me one. I was like, how did you do that? It's crazy.
We're high tech these days.
Yeah, very high tech. So that's very good. So is there any other stipulations with this program or any other, kind of qualifications?
There is a lot to go into. These are the main issues with the restrictions involved as far as the foreclosed properties that you have to find. There are other programs besides this that you cannot mix, like the grad grant of $7,000 if you recently graduated within the last 36 months, cannot be used in conjunction with this one.
Okay.
So you might not qualify or can't find a foreclosed home, but we can always look into the grad grant of $7,000, up to $7,000 for your down payment.
Absolutely. So now, foreclosed homes and distressed properties, which would include the indeed in lieu of deed, and short sale and foreclosure, those are dropped down to around 8% of our total. Around 2% of our total inventory now.
Seems like they want to drop the rest of them almost. I mean, it's only, again, 135 homes here we're talking about. So they're trying to eliminate a lot of distressed properties, and we're getting there.
So there's only 135 different home buyers that will get this program, and that was as of February 11th. I mean, so we're talking about today is the 20th. I mean, you're talking about a very limited amount, and this is not a, call in quick and receive this for that. This is not that. This is a very limited thing. So if you know somebody that is looking for their first home, they might as well take advantage of $20,000 free dollars and super historical low interest rates to buy a property that will escalate in value over year after year. It really should. Now, question. Can you mix this with a 203K program?
You can mix it with any program.
That's
VA,
unbelievable.
FH, you name it, conventional, sure. Absolutely.
Unbelievable. So for those of you that don't know what a 203K program, and Tom will appreciate this, a 203K program is when you buy a foreclosure or a short sale, it's going to need work because people that lost these homes couldn't afford to maintain their home. I mean, how are they going to maintain the paint in their home? How are they going to maintain the plumbing, the heating, this and that, when they can't even pay their bills because of hardship? And it's just absolutely crazy the amount of work that some of these properties need, but don't let that steer you away because a 203K loan will let you borrow $35,000 or more, depending, to pay a contractor like Tom or like John Dascom with Go Fix It to go in and redo anything you want to do in the property.
No, it's a great program. The 203K keeps us very busy, where there are a lot of homes in Rhode Island and especially Massachusetts that could use a good fixer-upper, where you're moving in within 6 months with a brand new home.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful program.